So then guys, welcome back to Fenrir, and we're just going to dive straight into it because today is an exciting session. We're leveling recall up to that stage where we're getting to the near perfection levels. This is where the rubber meets the road. So if you've been watching the last few episodes that we've been working with the golden retriever Sandy over there, he first came to me as one of the most extreme pullers we'd seen. We helped his owners out by tuning that up really quickly to a perfect heel walk. They have then sent him back to work on their next biggest problem, which is recall, especially recall under distraction, and especially recall under distraction around dogs. Now, we've done a couple of videos and a couple of sessions so far, and what we've been doing is building that foundation layer of recall under no distraction. Then we transferred that cue onto a whistle, and then I've really charged the cue of the whistle to mean that to him, a pip-pip on a whistle should be incredibly exciting, really fun, and he knows that that means recall. We then extended that out to being able to go from the side of the paddock to the other side of the paddock, long distance recalls on a whistle, no long line. This is where it gets interesting. That bit, as impressive as it is the easy bit. It's this bit where it makes it difficult. So I've got my role model dog Sully, my Labrador, out, and we've got our foster puppy out with us. And we're now going to start working on recall under distraction and under heavy distraction. Now I've put those two dogs on a break, so they're aware that it's kind of free roaming time, playing time, and we're going to start to build up the process with Sandy that regardless of what's going on around you, if you hear two pips on this whistle, you need to get yourself to me as quickly as possible. You do that and amazing things are going to happen. We have gone back to the long line because of this insanely high step up in distraction level. There's a good chance he's going to fail, but the long line allows us to control that variable and set him up for success. So we've not tried this yet, no idea how it's going to go, and you're going to see this process kind of unfold live. So if you can see over here, he's distracted, he wants to go over to the dogs, so we're going to try it straight away. Oh yes, good boy. Oh, good boy. Yes, thank you, good boy. And then you'll find the other dogs come charging over. And what we're going to do now is, rather than banging in the reps over and over and over again, we're going to space them out a little bit. I'm going to let my dogs kind of roam, distract Sandy a little bit. This is lovely. Thank you, good boy. Yes, good boy. And then when they get a little bit distracted, he goes for a wander. We're going to do it again. So rather than going rep, 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 putting in the work, we're going to, perfect example. Yes! Oh, good boy! Yes, good boy! Oh, thank you. You two are good dogs too. Thank you, Sully. Thank you, puppy. Oh, yes. Thank you, good boy. And we're going to praise on that reward. And now all we're doing in this situation is we're moving into the realms of kind of real life scenarios. So again, it's all well and good being able to get your dog to do anything with no distraction in the house, in the garden, but we like to bring it out into the great outdoors. We're in the paddock where there's sheep and rabbits and pheasants and all sorts going on all the time. The farmers are always shooting their shotguns, and we drill this stuff in real life situations. So for this session, it's going to be exactly that. We're going to start to imitate the idea of him being around other dogs, playing with other dogs, having space to roam, but then adding in the recall, rewarding, praising. So here's a beautiful one. If you cut over to that, please, cameraman. Yes! Oh, good boy! Oh, good boy! Oh, yes! Good boy, Sully. Good girl, puppy. Yes! And they're all getting rewarded. Now, what this does is you often hear me talk about my role model dog, Sully, and I use him as a role model dog. Now, in the world of kind of canine behavior and training, there's a theory called the model rival theory. That theory essentially is how it was kind of more coined around bird training, weirdly enough, but it's transferring into the world of dog training. And although most people haven't heard of it, it's something that I think a lot of dog trainers have inherently, or at least very good dog trainers have inherently been doing for years. We're just, as often the case of many things, we can now put a label on it. And what we do is we use Sully, and Sandy will then learn off him. He will, the model and the rival, and he will want to get the same kind of success that Sully sees. Again, I prefer the term role model, but this is another example. So again, he's watching Sully. He wants to go and play. I'm going to wait for him to not be looking at me. And again, trying to set him up, almost not to the point of setting him up to fail. Yes! Good boy! Good boy! But again, just because there's cameras rolling, I'm not trying to make myself look good here. It's about putting Sandy in real life situations where real life distractions are happening to then test him. I've got the long line, and as you can see, it's going brilliantly. The reason this is going brilliantly is because we put in the work. I've not done something special. I've not got a magic wand. My treats are just bog standard treats. They're not bits of crack cocaine for dogs or some special treat that only I'm aware of. We've been putting in the work for session after session, repping and drilling, and we built this foundation. So this will be a beautiful opportunity. So they're playing. Yes! Oh, good boy! Oh, good boy! Thank you. Oh, good boy. And you, Sully. Oh, even you come in. Good girl. Thank you, puppy. Yes, oh, you were also clever. You were also clever. And then we can go back to playing. So just setting these situations up. This is beautiful. I want them to ramp up that play. It would be really ideal, because then I can into real life situation. Yes! Oh, good boy! Oh, yes! Oh, thank you, Sully. Good. And now they're bouncing off each other. Sandy's learning from Sully. Puppy's learning from Sandy. Sandy's learning from Puppy. And we can really start to build that pack of good role model dogs that not only learn from me as their calm, consistent leader in this situation, but they learn from each other, which is the power of having multiple dogs if you know how to make sure that that's done effectively, because the opposite can also happen where dogs will learn bad things from each other very quickly as well. So we've got another good situation here. So Sully's got the zoom is, this will work lovely. Yes! Oh, okay, beautiful example. Yes, good, good. What an absolutely beautiful example that is. I like it when those things happen where they go wrong, because that's where the learning for you guys comes in. So you saw that was as high distraction as it gets for Sandy. Sully, full speed, running fast, having a zoomies moment, energy through the roof. Naturally, Sandy's going to be interested by that and want to go and join in the play, because they're all playing absolutely lovely today. I pipped the whistle, and you might have seen where hopefully we caught it on camera, but Sandy heard it, but then made the decision that he wants to still go and play with Sully. That's where we have a long line, because when he made that decision, and I can give him another 2 pips here, just like this. Yes, good boy, thank you. And we use a little bit of lead pressure. Did I pop on it? No. Did I punish him? No, I just reminded him, remember dude, these 2 pips on the missile means you need to come to me, providing that little bit of pressure because of the work we've done with the heel work, with the tune-up drills and the engagement drills. There is never, ever pressure on this lead unless I'm trying to communicate something to you and you understand the way to turn that pressure off, to turn that tension off, is to listen to me and communicate with me with the things that we're teaching you, with obedience commands. That's exactly what happened there. So he ignored me, the pressure came on. He wants to switch that pressure off. To do that, he simply has to listen to me and come back to me. So again, we're just going to drill that a couple more times. So these two are wanting to play. They're going to be jumping up each other any second. There we go. Beautiful. And I'm going to interject into this. Yes! Good boy! Oh, good boy! Beautiful! Thank you, Sully. Beautiful. Good boys. Oh, yes, good boys. And that's all we're doing in this session. This, again, there's no magic wand. We just drill it. We're going to stay out here for probably another 10 or 15 minutes, and you're not probably going to see anything different to exactly what you've just seen, but it's all about going back and watching those previous videos. Start with the heel work video. The engagement and the relationship I built with Sandy, that leadership that I provided to him, built a relationship with me and him. That relationship then informs our communication. That communication that we have is built off our relationship, that is built off our leadership. Sandy, break. Good boy. I'm going to let them break while I talk this through, because this bit's really important. Communication is informed by relationship. Relationship is informed by leadership. So in that first session, I came in very quickly, provided him with leadership, guidance and direction. That built a relationship. Brilliant. That relationship then means that me and Sandy can communicate effortlessly. Then we came out, and using that communication, we have taught him a new principle. That principle being 2 pips on this lead mean I need you to come to me as quickly as possible. And I'm going to guide you through that process. If you do it, brilliant things are going to happen. If you don't do it, I'm going to provide a little bit of pressure just to remind you that I'm communicating with you here. I'm your calm, consistent leader, and I want you to listen to me, even though I know something really exciting's happening. When he makes that switch to go, oh, yep, sorry, the tension goes. And we go straight back to praise, reinforcement and reward. And it's that why you've seen such a quick transformation over a couple of weeks from a dog that could never be let off his lead in low distraction, let alone when there's two very excitable, energetic, playful dogs here, to me getting 2 pips on a whistle, and 9 times out of 10 he's coming back instantly. And on the 10th time where he did go, oh, I'm not sure, we just give a little bit of leadership, a little bit of guidance, remind him what it is that we want, redirect him back to us, and then we praise, reward and reinforce that. And we just drill it now. The more reps you put in, eventually we'll get a point where the next session will be, okay, maybe we can start to consider taking the long line off. And then that's at the point where you've got 100% reliable recall, like I've got with Sully, my role model lab. Did that happen overnight? Absolutely not. It happened because I do this every single day. Since the day we got him, we've been working on the fundamentals of leadership, relationship and communication. And we communicate effortlessly with each other now, but that's only because we work on it every single day. So I hope that was helpful. That's how you get perfect recall. I'm going to go and put some more reps in because that's the only way to achieve success.